they've gone to New York without us, so it's literally just me and you tonight.
It feels weird because neither of us edit the podcast, yet we're both sat here on Riverside together.
It's going to be like the first ever two-man show. Yeah, but we're like you said, mate, don't edit, don't even know what the soundboard has on it, don't even send show notes, so I've got no idea what's about to happen.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Because we can record this and we'll just leave it, and one of them will edit it for us, won't they?
Should we proper slag them off when they go to edit? So when they go to edit it, it's just got me going, Ian, I hate you. I absolutely hate your guts.
Yeah. I'm trying to work up this soundboard here, and I'm just inserting random noises. I don't know how they do it, actually. This is like really confused. Hold on, I'm just trying to read them. Yeah, there we go. I got one. Yay!
So you do know what you're doing, and that's my soundbite. So, okay, bro, chill. Oh,
that's the right answer, mate. Do you like that?
Yeah, bro, chill with the soundboard. Stop. You're going to break it. You're going to break it.
I got a bit giddy. Sorry. I can see when Milo and Ian do this. I can see why they get a bit finger happy.
Mate, I can see. Stop tapping all of the bloody buttons. Stop doing that. I'm
not doing any more. Hands are up here now. That's all right. Joking aside, are they really going to release this under the Incensed brand? Is this going to be like number 140?
Mate, listen, speaking of samples, there's only one way to find out, mate. Play that intro. Let's get it.
On this special episode of the Incensed podcast, the noxious construction site is a nice tight squeeze. The Vegas volcano has found its way to Randall's Island in a repurposing.
But this time, there's smoke coming out of it.
Whoa! Welcome back to the Incensed podcast, and you join us live from Randall's Island.
Yes.
We survived.
Well, we survived the Manhattan part, but the day is still young. We made it to Randall's Island, great ferry journey, and...
It wasn't too bad, good
scenery.
Actually,
the view from here is pretty nice, to be honest.
I know, there's a nice, noxious swamp around us.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm looking at a big crane in the background. There's some temporary fencing. It is everything you could expect from a GOFest.
Yeah, live event in America. I don't know what we were sort of expecting, but we're here, we survived, we've done half of it, we've done a city gameplay.
You say live event in America. I mean, I've done Chicago, I've done Vegas, I've done Seattle. I've never actually done a GOFest in a building site.
No, I can think that's a first for many people. And it's very weird because it seems to be the best biome that is heavily affected, the noxious swamp, as we alluded to in the intro.
Yeah, do you think that's by coincidence? I think maybe not.
No, I'd like to think not. We've got to sort of move past that. So, obviously, this is a special show. It's Ian Waterfall and myself, Pogo Miley UK. We're actually sat on a bench in the fenced-off Niantic Wayfarer area.
We're in the Niantic neighbourhood. That's where we're at, which is right next to the volcano
that occasionally erupts.
That occasionally erupts every half hour.
Very occasionally erupts. And we're hoping to bring you a smashing bonus episode from this island. We're going to get a couple of people on the show as well, which would be awesome. Chatting to some people. Maybe some more live Shinies of the Week, which would be great.
Yeah, second ever fully live show. And you're only going to hear us hosting, like Milo just said.
We're
in New York. We're yet to hear anything that isn't a car horn, because that's what New Yorkers do when they're driving.
Lean on the horn, I think, is the way to go.
I'm not even going to go there. No. Anyway, moving on.
As the volcano behind us randomly starts to pipe smoke out of the top of it for a brief, glorious moment, should we jump into our first section?
Well, I think we should, but I'm wondering whether the volcano is smoking because it's set to, or whether somebody has actually set it on fire.
Maybe there's a fire type in, I don't know.
Maybe there's, Anyway, we don't even know which episode number this is.
We really don't know where this show is going to drop, if it's going to be a bonus show or if it's going to be a full-on episode. But,
so we'll see. But for the whatever episode number time this is...
Oi, you dirty dogs, drop your incense.
And of course, if you manage to bag something over the course of one of the many GOFests in August, or even if we're into September with this one, whatever it is, or October, we really don't know when. But if you get something cool while listening to the show, of course, you've got a hashtag ShiniesOfTheWeek.
Could you please clarify that spelling for me, please?
And yes, the hashtag that you will need to tag us on any or all of your socials is Shinies of the Week. Hashtag
ShiniesOfTheWeek.
Coops.
hashtag ShiniesOfTheWeek, and you can find us on all of our social medias. We have a link tree that might make your life a lot easier, but of course, X, Twitter, as it actually is, which is quite funny. Instagram, good old Campfire. We've got the WhatsApp, of course, it will hear at some point during the show, and email, isn't it?
And Threads.
Oh, and Threads. I don't have that app.
Yeah.
It exists.
It does still exist.
But we'd love to know if you got something awesome while listening to this episode. I guess we could jump into an actual question, Ian.
I guess we could.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
This is my 4th time, I think, in America, and 3rd time for Pokemon Go in the last sort of 18 months or so. You've been here many times.
Many times.
When was the last time you were in New York?
14 years ago in September 2009.
I was last here in February of 2014. It was a bucket sight colder than it is now.
Technically, it wasn't 14 years ago. It was 13 years ago and 11 months.
Okay, Mr. Pedantic. But I have a question for Mr. Pedantic here.
Let's go.
Which is, now that we're in America, is there something about American culture that I guess you question or find very odd?
Yes, most of
Name
it.
just one. Just go with one thing.
I suppose it's gun culture. I know it comes down to the Second Amendment, but gun culture is the thing that really confuses me, because coming from the UK, guns have been outlawed for years.
Yes. Shiny in the background,
Shiny in the background from
my left,
the
Ian's
tripod.
right.
Yes, I've got the phone.
He's dropped his phone
in the noxious swamp.
I think a lot of people would go with that whole thing of the gun culture and stuff like that, but mine's going to seem vastly less important. The thing that perplexes me about America is the level of water in the lavatories. It's really weird.
It used to be behind the UK before we tried to restrict the amount of flow.
Well, this is probably before I was born.
Probably so.
So me coming to America, it's sort of like there's a swimming pool in your bog. That's what it... So I look at it and go, what? Is the toilet broken? What's going on here?
And the reason he questions that is because he's been splashed a few times.
We can't say we're sending the crown jewels for a swim.
Actually, I've got an idea. We are with a local. So, HermesNinja, is there anything that you question about American culture?
Actually, we can say about American culture, or if you want to flip it on us,
or UK
British culture.
Yeah.
I don't have questions about American culture because I understand it all too well. Water high up in the bog is important because we're prudes, and the sound of stuff splashing in there insults us. So it's got to have... No, I'm dead serious. That's the way it is. And as for gun culture, all I can say is yes.
You're a baby country, though.
And we are, indeed. And we'll hopefully grow out of it. All of it, except the high water pressure. We like that. The only thing I don't understand about British culture is the preference for tea over coffee. If there's coffee, please, what are you people doing?
I'm fully with you on that one,
I think I can go there. I mean, tea is more refreshing. I think that's why tea is more refreshing. Coffee literally gives you the buzz, but tea is definitely more refreshing on a hot day.
I completely disagree. Waterfall.
Yes.
I can take an iced tea. That's all right.
Tea. That's not tea.
I know. It has the word tea in the name.
It's not tea.
But we may be fully British on this podcast, but I would gladly take coffee every single day of the week. Every
love
hour.
coffee. I'm not knocking it. I love a coffee, but there is something to be said for a nice, and people think it's strange, but a nice hot cup of tea on a hot day, it really does cool you down. It really does.
I'll have a San Miguel instead, thank you very much. But
clean living, can't do it.
Actually, shall we throw this over to the Italian tripod who got a shiny just a moment ago, is Francesco. What about American culture confuses you?
I think the toilet example is very on point because it's very strange from what we have in Europe. So yeah, it's hard to me to understand why, but maybe it's better of the down under when the water is spinning in the opposite side. So I presume that is something that we can
query an Australian later, perhaps, maybe.
Can I just say, this is not a toilet podcast. We need to change the subject.
I'm expecting there to be a Gen 10 Pokemon that is a toilet at some point.
Maybe why Niantic was choosing Park, they are not very good to play Pokemon Go. Maybe. That can be a very good
Let's see what the next game release is going to be.
So, Francesco, are you trying to say that Randall's Island is a toilet?
I don't know, but we haven't been there for like an hour, and I don't like that park at all. And seeing also what was Vegas as well with that sands desert that was scorching hot, and they were still building everything around, and there was construction, there is ladders and crane, and that have to be done in Friday so the park could be ready.
So they've kind of one-upped Vegas and prior events where they're sort of constructing the Pokemon Go stuff. Now New York are actually constructing all other
housing.
stuff. Yes,
Migrant housing,
exactly.
apparently.
Yeah.
That's what we was told by locals. But this is an exception. Having, yes, ready with the beep beep beeps, having been to Seattle and Chicago,
It's all right, they're not on the
this
show.
isn't a normal thing. Niantic don't normally put GoFest in the middle of building sites. And I'm sure it wasn't planned this way.
I'd like to think so.
I'm pretty sure that when the construction isn't happening, it's actually a pretty nice park. It is actually quite scenic when you take away all of the building paraphernalia.
We're going to have to see how we do on Saturday and Sunday when perhaps the ground has dried out here. At the moment, it's a bit of a swamp, as we alluded to.
Only in the place where we decided to sit. It was actually
where
quite...
all the benches are.
Yeah, basically. But Milo, good news.
What?
I see coming towards us at the speed of light a cowboy hat Caterpie.
Literally, he is near supersonic.
Seriously, I have never seen anybody move quite so fast.
I mean, possibly the fastest Caterpie I've ever seen.
But the cowboy hat Caterpie has arrived. How are you doing, Mike?
Real good. How are you guys doing?
We're great. We've just been talking about toilets.
Well, I'm glad I could pop around for something I enjoy once or twice a day.
You've certainly chosen the right time to tune into the podcast here, but you've just trekked in from Newark, haven't you? And you were here in Seattle. We saw you in Seattle. How was your journey getting here?
Well, I was on 2 trains and 2 shuttle buses to end up the exact same spot that I started from. So it's a little rocky start, but after a couple laps around Newark, I'm here.
That is some bad news. But you're here now, so what are your first impressions of this park?
It's a nice setting, a little more spread out than I would like. I think that's a little disadvantage compared to, say, Chicago, but I think capacity-wise, there's room for a lot more people, which is a plus. I don't know that they necessarily needed to split up into 2 halves at this park. So.
I think you're right. Chicago was quite tight. This is a very spread-out park. We were just saying, take away the construction site, and it's actually in quite a nice-looking location.
Very nice-looking location, I think. I would have never guessed there's this big old island right here that's not Long Island. Like, whoa, there's another island? It's kind of crazy to me. So.
Did you ferry it over here?
No, I walked across a very long bridge with my very short caterpillar legs, and it was...
So when you walked over the bridge, were you in costume?
I was in costume. And then when I finally got to the end, I'm like, I need to take off the costume because I must look like an idiot crossing the bridge.
So let me put this into context. You were in Harlem and you walked across the bridge in costume.
That is accurate. Not recommended.
Things that would never ever happen if it wasn't for Pokemon Go.
So if you see the news tonight, strange creature walking across the bridge, that was me.
You make the news. So you're not actually playing this weekend, but you're here to meet and greet people. And so far, we've seen quite a lot of people come say hi to the Caterpie.
I'm here for the people, honestly. I flew out here just to see everybody. I've had so many people support me on Twitter, over the past 4 years next month since I started this conquest. I figured I'm just going to come out and meet everybody and thank everybody and just say hi to everybody. I've met you guys a few times before, and, I'm back for another round of seeing y'all, and it's just a good time seeing everybody.
It's fantastic to see you again after Seattle, where you had quite the crowd there as well.
Yes, Seattle was quite the crowd.
Yes, Seattle, you actually had a bigger line than most of the notable trainers.
Yeah, I think that was accurate. It was pretty crazy. I felt bad having to turn people away, but I needed to get out of the costume eventually. It was a little warm, so...
That's all right. If the heat gets to you now, you've got a couple of people who can go and fetch hydration for you. So.
Yes, I will definitely take you up on that. Thank you.
So thanks very much for popping by, Cowboy Hat Caterpie. We'll call you by your real OG name. We're going to go and get sodas now, so we'll get you one back.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for your podcast. Long-time listener, and it's always a pleasure listening to you guys and, hanging out.
I
so
appreciate
thank
your
you.
chiming in on social media and the support. Thank you very much indeed.
All right.
Definitely
Cowboy Hat
appreciate
Caterpie, please.
So that was rather nice impromptu drop-in from a long-time supporter.
It's always nice when people just drop in on us, and who knows, he might not be the only one today.
I hope not, but we did arrive, an hour late?
Yeah, we should have been here at 1, and we got here at close to
2:10.
2:15, yeah. The reason for that is Manhattan is one hell of a place. It's a big area of the city. And not only that, it's a good walk to the ferry terminal, which is how we got to Randall's Island.
It is, indeed. We took the ferry. We did buy the tickets online. There are multiple ways you can get in on this island. And as you heard, Cowboy Hat Caterpie walked over at 0.1 miles an hour.
Literally from Harlem, which is one of the ways in. Of course, there's ways south from the Bronx as well. We took the ferry, mainly because...
B-roll.
It was for the content. We couldn't miss up on the opportunity to get some nice footage from the river, and I must say, the views did not disappoint.
No, it was very, very scenic, and I'm very glad that we've got it all 3 days pre-booked and everything. We ended up getting our ferry tickets scanned and everything at 1 o'clock because we waited around having got some lunch.
We'd literally just missed the ferry prior.
Yeah, they're every 30 minutes.
We were doing the unknown o'clock.
Well, the unknowns were important, and then it was, the boat was at like 1:30.
The boat was at about 1:30, and it's a really nice, slow river cruise, and people are saying, oh my god, I can't believe that they're charging $33 for a round trip on the ferry. But for what you get, it's actually not that bad.
It's probably cheaper than an Uber.
I got an Uber from JFK Airport yesterday when I arrived, and it cost, no joke, like $90 to do, I think, 10 miles.
At least you didn't have somebody try and vandalise your car, which is what happened to us on the way in. Stuck in New York traffic, having come through the Lincoln Tunnel. Somebody sees me B-rolling with the camera and decides, I'm going to try it. Well, had a glass cutter. Tried to cut through the window, absolutely demolished the side of her car, which is not fantastic. Not as welcoming into New York as I had in 2014, should I say.
Well, as Taylor Swift said, welcome to New York.
Yes, it was very much an abrupt hello and welcome.
Welcome to New York.
Give me your camera.
I want your camera.
Yes, handed over and said, no, I'm afraid I've got a job to do. But you literally got in yesterday.
Literally, yesterday for me was like the longest day ever. I got up at 1 a.m. UK time, drove 2 hours to Manchester Airport. Because of the way the flights worked and the fact that I was actually saving quite a significant amount of money, yes, cheapskate, I drove to Manchester, got
patrons,
a flight
please.
to London. I don't even know how the carbon emissions can be lower. My carbon output must be shockingly bad. And then got the connecting flight to JFK, which was a 7-hour flight. Couple that with... Well, it took over an hour and 10 minutes to do 10 miles into the city. I checked into the hotel, and then we went out for meet and greet, which we'd arranged for 5 p.m., which we literally just made.
We're going to have to pause on the old chat about travelling to JFK, etc., Ian, because we've got a trio of notable trainers.
We have some
here.
notables here
They've come
to
on
join
over.
the not-so-notables.
We have a LandorAlpha, we have a Mrs. Mime, and we have a Tru Inferno.
Tru Inferno, like the volcano. A true volcano. How you going?
It's going good, but here's a secret little bit. Today's actually my birthday.
Very happy birthday. So have you been having a very sparkly birthday?
Yeah, everything's been going good. You know, the spawn's been great. So many people coming up and saying hi and all that jazz. New York been great, actually.
Fantastic. So have you managed to venture into the city, or have you been locked into the island?
I've been locked into the island. I tried to leave, but we kept getting stopped so many times. I have some business over there in less than an hour, so...
Oh, he's got official obligations.
Yes. I've been stuck here.
So, we also have Mrs. Mime.
Hello.
Welcome to the Incensed podcast.
Yay, it's my first time here.
Live New York show. How has Tru Inferno's birthday been treating you?
You know, better than normal, I guess, you know. It's been nice. At least the rain, let up, so, you know, it's been warmer, but also breezy. So
That's true. Everyone's been saying it could have been a hell of a lot hotter.
Yes. Tomorrow and Sunday are supposed to be, so...
We'll come back to Mrs. Mime in 1 second. LandorAlpha, how are you?
Hey, is this BBC Radio? What's going on, guys? Welcome to GOFest. Welcome to the United States.
Welcome to Randall's Island. Obviously,
Randall's Island, yes.
How are you doing after your London trip?
I'm tired, but London was amazing. You guys were absolutely amazing with your hospitality. London was fantastic. Enjoyed my time there. It wasn't long enough, but GOFest was also fantastic. Lots of shinies, lots of fun, lots of meet and greets.
Yeah, I definitely think London loved you guys, and it was a good event. So you've done both events, kind of like we have. This is our time in the park this afternoon. But first impressions, how do you compare this to the London event?
So it appears that this park is a bit smaller and it's harder to navigate here. You walk from one end to the other. It's not like Brockwell Park was more of a square kind of shape where you can walk around all around the perimeter. But there's still a lot going on here. Lots of spawns, lots of stops.
Yeah, we kind of got half the park, would you say?
We have 10% of the whole island, maybe a quarter of the park. There's a lot of island, but the park really doesn't occupy a lot of it.
And of that quarter, I'd say a quarter of that is a building site.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's a park, right? It is baseball fields, there's playgrounds and stuff for kids, but it's for Pokemon Go, it's a little bit more restrictive, which is probably why we have more of New York City to play with.
You know what? We played Manhattan this morning, and it is absolutely crazy. It really is.
I'm hoping to take in some of the city myself later on.
So Mrs. Mime's back, so we'll collar both of you at the same time. You've done a lot of content leading up to this event. Now the GoFest is here. What are your thoughts?
You know, I'm pretty impressed. I am pretty darn impressed. When I was here doing my research, it was pretty empty, and I was like, I don't know how people are going to take this. It's kind of difficult to get to, but it seems like people figured it out because they're here.
We came on the ferry, and
oh, nice.
$30 for a two-way ferry ride. I know you said in your videos it's not the cheapest, but for a river cruise for like 20 minutes each way, it's nice, yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
The views are great from the ferry,
yes.
We very much enjoyed the B-roll and everything of the city
Literally,
skyline.
that's why we did it.
It was fantastic.
And also, you're scared of going into Harlem.
Oh, yeah, fair. That's totally fair.
You didn't really.
That was the wisest advice.
Love it, love it.
The footbridges, oh my God.
The footbridges are a little bit scary, yeah. I personally took the one from the Bronx that's just flat.
So you just came south?
Yes, yeah. So it was much easier. If not, I probably would have taken the ferry, but I live that direction, so you know.
So you guys all got your meet and greets today, or have any of you done them already?
So ours is in 43 minutes, and then we have our own on Saturday.
I did see that on social media, hosting a meetup. Where was it?
So it is at 7 p.m. on Saturday. It is right off of the ferry pier, actually, like half a block away.
35th?
Yeah, 35th, yeah.
Yeah, which actually, really nice restaurant just across the road. We actually had some lunch there, really nice.
Nice.
That's why we was late to the park, maybe.
Perfect.
But before we let you carry on with your official duties, what was your best catch so far of the day?
That's a good one. Nothing really spectacular happened. I have to say the Kangaskong, I guess.
That's a nice shiny.
Yeah,
was it shiny?
Yeah, it was shiny, yeah. So the funny thing was, I just heard Cricket because she was talking about how she didn't get shiny luck because we normally do our hugs at GoFest, so we did our hug, and then like a minute later, shiny Kangaskong.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
That's a very nice catch.
Mrs. Mime, what was your best catch?
I would say it's a trade more than a catch, but I got my first shiny Pansage, which I gave someone a Shundo Unknown.
I still don't have the Pansage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gifted a Shundo. Wow.
That's very kind.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you to do that.
Totally. You know, it was the least I could do, you know.
That's the local generosity. And
Joe Landor.
One of the best ones so far is a new one. We have Shiny Golett here.
That is a nice shiny.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to get a twin for it to do the evolution.
Absolutely great. And LandorAlpha, Mrs. Mime 100, Tru Inferno, all on YouTube. And I think their YouTube channels are pretty much their names, so go check them out if you haven't already.
Indeed. And thank you for giving us a couple of minutes of your time.
Thank you for your time.
We appreciate you jumping on the New York live show.
And we've got some New Yorkers.
Yes.
All from...
We actually do.
From New York?
What's up?
Well, New York State, Joe.
So upstate New York from me, about 2.5 hours from here.
Was it Albany area?
Albany area,
yeah.
Exactly.
And Mrs. Mime from just around the corner.
Just like skip down the block, you know.
Actually, it's probably closer than Milo getting to the London GoFest. We had an hour on the subway.
It was about an hour on the tube for us, yeah. London's not
right in the south, yeah.
Not the easiest to get from west to
and
south.
That is a misconception. It's probably like New York. People say London, and London is lots of little towns under the boroughs, they call them, of Greater London rather than London City.
Okay, yeah.
Which is why we would say Ealing isn't London.
Oh, okay.
And on that cheery note...
that cheery note. So, Milo, it's now about 4 hours later.
It's 6 minutes to 7.
And we've just bumped into a few notable and not so notable trainers.
A cluster of content creators.
That's the collective term, a cluster.
So with us right now, we've got the boys from GOCast. We've also got the wonderful ZoëTwoDots, and for the first time, awesome Adam.
Yes, Adam, this is your first time. We collared you live.
How are you doing in the Snorlax cowboy hat outfit?
I am doing amazing.
That's a good weight loss regime, wearing that all day.
Yeah, I mean, Osaka's hotter, so I mean, I'm doing okay, honestly.
Talk to us about Osaka and how it was for you, and obviously Worlds as well, straight after.
So Osaka was amazing. I thought the scenery was beautiful, the environment was beautiful, but the heat. My phone actually felt like it was generally going to explode due to how hot it was, and I actually shut off one time. Other than that, everything was amazing. Osaka had a great event. Worlds was amazing too. I think it was like surreal comparing Worlds 2023 to 2022. I think this exceeded every expectation for 2023. So I loved Worlds. It was absolutely amazing.
Fabulous. And we can also talk to somebody else who sweated it through Japan. Zoe.
Dude, there was sweat that I didn't know was possible. I was liquid for the entire event. I'm so glad to be somewhere that has a breeze. You can probably hear the wind on the audio, but I'm like, honestly, take it. Put up with it because we are only alive because of this breeze, I swear. So, no. Osaka was great. It was just so bloody hot. Fantastic event. I actually got shinies back on form for this event with no shinies, as is tradition, so...
Not been the best day, then?
It's fine. It's been a great day, though. It's been a wonderful day. Seeing excellent, wonderful humans that you don't get to see. I mean, there's one shiny that could help me out, but we'll have words with Tyrant at the end of this if we don't get it.
We'll have words with him for you, but what is your best catch of the day, then?
Probably Shiny Golett. The best a man can get, you know? Yeah.
Shiny Golet, I love that.
Adam, yours?
The Pikachu with the crown, because I feel like it's hard for everybody to get one right now.
Yeah.
That literally is not spawning at all. Was that spawning in Osaka? Because in London it was very rare as well.
It was spawning in the park a lot, but city spawns, no. I think for the whole city weekend, I got 3, but in the park I was seeing it like reasonably around, yeah.
We are very conscious of the time and also the ferry. We've also got Chris and Carl here from GOCast. Boys, welcome back.
If we can paint a picture, we're all huddled behind a tree.
Yes, it's quite windy. Where was it today when we were all roasting in the sun earlier?
Exactly.
That's my number one question. My second question is, what does Tyrant have against Zoe?
Excellent question, Chris. Let's throw it over to Kyle. See what he has to say about that.
Kyle?
I don't know. I hatched one, so I can't.
Smug.
So there's no point asking you how you are then.
It's been a fantastic day. It's really been pretty great. I'm not even overheating. I have no complaints at all. Chris is shaking his head over
Well,
there.
let's go to maybe the polar opposite of it. How has it been going for you?
Oh, no, it's been fine. Well, he has had more shinies than me. 4 of them have been Sableye. So,
Oh, you
know
didn't
how
say that.
goes. I got 2 Skrelp today.
4 Sableye?
Let's be honest. That's kind of a win.
Why do you tap on them if you don't want them?
The plus is got 3 of them, and the 4th was a hatch.
Oh, excuses.
Yeah, the Go Plus Plus.
Definitely excuses.
I love Sableye. Don't get me wrong. Those 4 make like 14 total that I've ever caught, so I don't need any more Sableye.
I've got to say that the Skrelp on Chris's side definitely take the
okay.
win.
Skrelp. Golett,
sure.
anyone?
I got Golett.
Same, yeah.
You are the ghost
I
type.
got a level 1 XL Shiny Golett.
Ooh.
Nice.
Appreciate that, man.
What's your name?
Devin,
And where are you from?
Florida.
Welcome to Shinies of the Week.
That was actually a hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Shinies of the week.
We'll add that in.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Milo.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, that's a very interesting handshake, Milo.
I'm left-handed.
That's staying in. That is staying in.
I'm left-handed.
That was like a backwards handshake.
2 lefties trying to shake hands. It only goes well.
Now there's a title for a video. Any more lefties here? No.
Try hard enough. I can write with my left hand, but I don't think it counts.
That doesn't count. No.
I can catch shines in my left hand.
Will we give that a pass?
I think we can give that a pass.
Yeah, we'll give that a
It's
pass.
quite
Okay.
quite a good
Honorary
skill.
lefty. That's it. The game is over for the
Oh,
day.
that's it.
We're just waiting for the big klaxon sound, but it's probably not going to. The volcano mitre up though, which is definitely the same
That
one
would
from
definitely
Vegas.
get people off of the island.
Yep.
But I think
Did you know that was the same one from Vegas, Chris?
No way.
Oh yes.
Okay. I'm
Turn around.
Okay.
No, there's wind there. Don't go that way.
You fooled me. There's wind in that direction. I couldn't see it.
And you're crying now.
Yes. Has nothing to do with the wind. Don't ask me any more questions.
Haha. Incensed podcast strikes again.
Well, thank you, Adam.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you.
Kyle, thanks for being here.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
We just want to say thank you very much for jumping on with us. Zoe will probably collar you at some point later
Thank
in the
you.
weekend.
Absolutely, let's do it. Thanks for having me on. Love you guts. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
And welcome back after that short intermission. We're back Saturday.
What podcast is this?
Oh yeah, sorry. No break. We don't need breaks. We don't need breaks in Incensed. Saturday, August 19th. We're back at the park, but for the last 4 hours we've been spending time on a hop-on, hop-off, or as the locals call it, a ho-ho bus.
A ho-ho bus. It wasn't decked out, unfortunately, but what I will say is they travel a hell of a lot faster than the buses in London.
That's the fastest hop-on, hop-off I've done. Vegas was slow.
Oh yes.
Seville was slow. London was slow. Here,
El Rapido, no time for shinies. Don't get spawns.
actually,
Well, it
to
was
be
all
fair,
right.
we were all doing well on shinies. Well, most of us.
Most of us.
Most of
To
us.
be honest, we're getting some good sparkles. I finally got my Golett, which I was very pleased to pick up.
Your face when you got that. I'm still Hitmonleeless and Venonantless, but I'll take the 3 shiny Tyrant that we got this morning.
Yes, I know there's a certain Aussie content creator who was on but a moment ago who was probably ripping your arm off for one of those.
Well, I made a deal, so if she still needs one, one's hers.
So I guess the plan is, once we've done this chat stuff, which we have no idea what's going to happen in the next sort of 20 minutes or so of your listening time, we may be chatting to more people, there may be a live game, who knows?
Who knows?
We probably will be going back on the hop-on, hop-off bus.
I can safely say there will be no news.
No news, other than that the Noxious Swamp event did start today for everybody.
It did, and that was like 3 hours ago, and
3 hours ago, and it could very well be 3 weeks ago for you guys listening.
it could be 3 months ago for you guys listening. We just don't know.
But all we hope is it was a good event. Shiny Skrelp was dropped publicly, worldwide.
We've all got the Squelp.
Squelp, yes.
Squelp.
Squelp has been acquired. Once again, we're sort of sat in the intermission time. We weren't late this
We
one today.
were a little late. We were
I'd say
fashionably
quarter of an
late,
hour
yeah.
is okay compared to the hour and a quarter like yesterday.
You know, I just see us as the Guns N' Roses of podcasts.
Whatever that means. I
That
have
basically
no
means we
idea.
give a time and then we're always late,
We're
because I
always
don't
late.
think we've ever been on time for a meetup ever.
And we're going to try and keep that trend consistent. But we are in the intermission time, which is, we found that now is 2 hours, actually.
Should we tell the listeners why we were really late?
Sure.
Milo wanted brown M&Ms, just brown. That was his rider.
Actually, there was a certain
and
Vassafau.
He just wouldn't move until he got them.
Certain Vassafau was desperate for hydration.
Not even hydration. I went for a sugary carbonated beverage.
It's still liquid, Ian.
It's liquid, but it doesn't hydrate you. There was only one of us that was somewhat sensible, and that was Sue, wasn't it?
No, of course it was. Sue's always sensible.
Sensible Sue, new nickname.
Does this go with Wokemon?
Wokemon. Yes, let's talk about that. So we're on the hop on, hop off. We were in Greenwich Village, and I don't even know how it came up.
Not a clue.
We was talking about Pokemon's genders.
Oh yeah, I think it was to do with the Pikachu. You know, people want to collect the male and female shinies with the different tails.
And then we was talking about shiny shaming because a Pokemon might identify as shiny even if it's not.
Yes, so it may not sparkle for you, but that shiny unknown is shiny.
Yes, just like Francesco's A.
Yes, that he found out he actually got in Seattle.
He's been going about all weekend that he needed.
He actually got it. I think it was
1 year
of the
ago.
first unknown he picked up in Seattle, and turns out it's been stuck in his storage for 13 months. But other than that, I think it's been a very good day. It's another sunny, beautiful day.
It's hotter than yesterday.
Yes.
I can definitely feel the sun, and I have sunscreen before anybody says it. I can feel the sun burning into my neck.
Indeed, but the city experience, one thing I would say is I was expecting to go a bit more raid heavy, and the hop-on, hop-off bus was denying us access to raids.
That is a very good point, because yesterday we raided a lot. Today, I think we've done, 4 raids?
If that, I've probably done 2 or 3.
Yeah, including the Turtonator.
The Turtonator, which obviously is now back in, at this time of recording, is back in raids for those around the world.
It may not be when you listen to this.
No, so don't listen to a word we're saying.
Yes, don't take what we're saying as gospel. It was at the time of recording.
So we managed to, not Collar actually, he has come to us very generously. We are with Billy, a.k.a. the Trainer Club. Thank you so much for jumping on the show with us.
Of course.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. A little bit tired, but enjoying myself, as always.
We wanted to say, great meetup that you had outside Bryant Park yesterday.
Yeah.
So many people, that must have been immense.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I put that out there and I thought that, maybe there'd be like 100 or 2 people there. And I swear there was like 500, maybe to 750 plus. When I started seeing people pour out of the stairs to start walking, it was the craziest. We were taking up like 4 or 5 New York City blocks with the amount of people
Seriously?
that we had. Yeah.
Wow.
The police, there was 3 squad cars there blocking off intersections, but they couldn't keep up because there was too many people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That photo just really didn't do it justice then.
Yeah.
That was
there's
5 blocks.
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was like for raids, wasn't it? That was a raid focus thing.
Yeah, we were going to do raids. Unfortunately, there was we kind of split up a little bit because there was a couple raids that were to the right of the thing, and since there were so many people, I was trying to say hi to a bunch of people, and the group just got it was too big and discombobulated. So
yeah, I can't imagine trying to navigate Manhattan doing that with that number of
it was
people.
Crazy, man. Maybe Central Park on Sunday. I'd try that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, people are always really down for the raids for this GOFest with
Yeah.
Mega Rayquaza and Yveltal Cernius catch cards. Have you managed to pull in anything shiny-wise from the raids yourself?
No, I did get a Hundo boosted Rayquaza with a catch card, though.
Oh, nice, dude.
So it's pretty cool.
Hundo catch card. Fantastic.
I know, right? Can't go wrong.
Go on, Milo Flex. We know you want to.
I'll join you. I got the Hundo Yveltal with the catch card.
Oh, nice,
which
dude.
is sweet.
That's
So
amazing.
Hundo buddies.
There you go. As always, bro.
So, Billy, notable trainer for this event. Tell me, what are your feelings? What are your thoughts about this New York event? And let's say compare that to London.
Yeah, I mean, both of the events I think were pretty fantastic. I think that I like the London park a little bit better, like the actual park. I thought that it was easier to navigate. It's more circular, while this one's more of like a figure 8. So going in between the parks is not challenging, but it just takes longer, right? So I feel like in London, I was able to almost complete all the field research quests as I was going around the entire park. And here, I maybe completed like 20.
You do get sort of stuck in a biome, don't you? And then there's the pinch point back there to get through the poison swamp and everything. Yeah, so we felt
exactly. But I do think that, with that said, that New York's a little bit better for raids and spawns. So you have the counterbalance of that. So it probably balances out overall. It's not as probably OP as Osaka was.
Nothing could be as OP as Osaka, can it?
Nothing as Japan, man. The place is out of this world.
No, well, the weather's certainly come out for this event.
Yeah.
It is toasty, and we've been told by a local that this actually is cool for August in New York.
Actually, a lot of Chicago, Upper East Coast, Upper Midwest gets pretty hot in the summer. It gets very cold in the winter. So it's kind of, you get very extremes up in this area.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, compared to London, where we got rained on that Saturday, this is a nice difference. But we feel sorry for those people who were in Osaka with the sweat box.
Oh, yeah, man. That was, I've been to Japan in August. It's not the place to be.
No.
They were announcing last time we were there that, like, you know, they were considering canceling the event because of the heat exhaustion potential.
Yeah, we heard. There was also the flip coin of that. They were potentially going to have to shut down the park on the Saturday if the thunder and lightning came.
Oh, in London, yeah, that's right. I didn't hear that.
No, it was rumoured, and it's like, thank God it stayed off.
Yeah.
It was the lightning. The lightning stayed back because if it had continued for another half hour, we heard that they would have shut the park down.
I'm glad they didn't.
So before we let you crack on with your day meet and greet and
Yeah.
stuff, is there a shiny or a catch that you are still chasing as of now?
I just fortunately got the Hundo Lucario, which is what I was
Oh,
after.
sweet.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. But besides that, I mean, probably just like another Golett. I haven't got too many, just one of those.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic shiny.
Underrated, I would say.
Yeah,
It actually
underrated.
looks better in game than it does on the graphics. It's
it's
gorgeous.
so good looking.
Yeah.
So I just think just a couple more of those, and then if I could be modest, just like a Shundo Rayquaza, just casual.
Just
I
a
mean,
Shundo Rayquaza.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Shundo with a catch card, come on.
Shundo with a catch card. I mean, is that
You're
too
not
much
asking
to
for
ask?
much,
I
exactly.
mean, they already gave me the Shundo Shadow Mewtwo, so why not the Shundo Rayquaza with the catch
You've got to get
card?
the pairing.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
exactly.
The ultimate DPS attackers.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, thank you so much for jumping on this random live New York show with us. We appreciate your time.
Always.
And fingers crossed for those Shundos.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will have to get you back on another show.
Always here for you guys.
Verbal contract.
Yes. Yes.
Witnessed by Sue, HermesNinja.
It is Sunday. We are back. The final day of Pokemon GOFest 2023 here in New York City. And this morning, we're in Central Park.
Oh, yes, we're in a different park, but it's
we are
Central
still
Park.
in the park.
It's still from the park. And amazingly, we've managed to collar Coops' other
boyfriend.
significant-
Yeah.
significant other. Home Slice Henry, we've been chasing you all weekend, man. How are you doing?
I am doing well. Absolutely exhausted, but getting to meet everyone has just been absolutely unreal.
Now, if I'm not correct, is this your first live event you've done?
I have been to a couple of the other GoFests, so
Okay, my bad.
I got. Oh, you're good. I got to go to Seattle, which was a lot of fun, and then got to go to Vegas, which was very dusty.
Yes, it was.
That's saying it lightly.
Yeah, they had it just in the middle of a desert, which I guess it's Nevada, so that checks out. But just honestly, what I love about these events, outside of catching anything, is just getting to meet everyone, because we kind of build this community online for a lot of years, and getting to put faces to names, handshakes, hugs, and all of it. Oh, it's just unreal. And also meeting the Incensed boys was okay too.
At least 50% of the
And
squad.
of course, you're missing your significant other here.
True, yes. My fiance typically goes to these events with me, but fortunately, she's starting a new job, which she's super excited about, but they had an all-weekend orientation this weekend. Of all
priorities.
weekends. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? New job you're super excited for. I'm incredibly happy for her, and I'm excited to see her when I fly back tomorrow.
So you fly out in the morning?
Yes. Yep. So I have the entire day to play today. Final day of GoFest, make it count. And then I was like, I don't think I want to do a GoFest day and then fly, so I'm going to get to sleep tonight, and then tomorrow, travel day.
Sounds fantastic. Now, talk to us about your park experience. How did you find it? Did you get stuff that you needed and wanted?
Yeah, I got to meet a lot of people at the park, which was a lot of fun there. The park ended up being very warm, of course, because it is August in New York. But yes, I really enjoyed getting to meet people there. And then, honestly, I think my favorite has probably been the city experience, because I've just really gotten to explore New York, which I've never been to before.
Absolutely. And speaking of New York, you said before we started recording that you've been hatching a lot of eggs. Tell us, have you got anything decent from these hatches?
I did get a Hundo Dino, which I'm very excited about, because that's one that had escaped me so far. So getting the Hundo Dino, thrilled, and then with the Egg Lover boost or whatever, like it's been massive. Enthusiast, got you.
It's a pun for something.
Just massive dust gains all weekend.
Nice.
Before we let you go, because we know you're busy, you've got people waiting around to meet up with you. What has been your absolute pinnacle of this weekend, GoFest 23?
Getting to meet the Incensed boys, of course.
Aww.
Correct answer.
Sentimental.
Yeah, but just getting to meet people who traveled from all over, and you guys made it all the way from Britain. Amazing. It's been wonderful, and I got to meet like Pokegains as well, who also flew in from Europe.
Yeah,
So just getting to meet people from all over and just getting to see this online community in person is just what I love the most about these GoFests. It's just the people.
No, it's fantastic. And it's been a smashing weekend, I think, for all. And thank you for giving us a couple of moments of your time before unknown unknowns start to appear.
Yes, Homes/Henny, thank you very much. 2 minutes to unknown time.
Let's get this. All right. Thanks, boys.
So, Ian, we have made the ferry crossing for the penultimate time onto Randall's Island.
Actually, it's the final time onto Randall's Island. We need to now get off it once we finish recording today.
Indeed, and we've actually handed over the green cable microphone to Chris and Kyle from GOCast. Boys, thanks for jumping on, because we collared you very, very briefly at the end of Friday. How are you doing after more of the weekend?
I'm tired. I don't know. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm toasted. I'm done. My feet are telling me it's time to go back, but my heart is keeping me here.
Okay, so big question. How's your back after 3 days of gameplay?
My back is fine.
I think
wow. I think my back's good too. It's like, what? No, just the feet.
It's the posture, leaning over, looking at your phone.
I think the backpack is somehow like measuring me or normalizing me out.
Offset the weight.
That's right. Just pulls me back enough that I'm somehow having good posture. I have no idea anymore.
My posture's gone to hell this weekend, but who cares? It's actually a great atmosphere today, the final day of GOFest 23, and we're going to hang around with you guys for a little while, if that's okay.
Sure, as long as you'll have us.
Always.
Good deal.
You're our Pokemon podcast of choice.
We appreciate that. I also feel like my Spotify Unwrapped is going to be a lot of Incensed. Let me just say that.
Oh, hell yeah. Woo. Not another podcast?
Still be there. I just, okay. Oh, last podcast on the left. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So, guys, the humidity out here is insane. Do you get this sort of thing in Chicago?
Oh, yeah. All the time. It's very familiar for us.
So this is familiar territory.
It's familiar territory. It's almost like we had this conversation once before.
No, we haven't. Stop it.
We might have about a year ago, honestly.
It's possible, absolutely.
It is possible.
Well, to roll back to the conversation, it was like, oh, well, it wasn't like this when it was in Chicago 2019.
Yeah, literally, it wasn't. Then we said that actually it was June, wasn't it, the GOFest in 19? And other than the Saturday when it was rained out, it was nice and cool.
Yes, but like even besides that, though, I just think even if it was raining in August, I would still rather have this raining anywhere else other than August in the calendar month. August is just kind of a weird choice.
Don't come to England then. Seriously.
We had everything 2 weeks ago.
Summer passed on by us this year. It was raining in July and then raining for GOFest.
But we thrive in cold weather.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you might like England then.
Chris thrives in cold weather.
We're from Chicago. Don't sell yourself short.
I can live in cold weather, but Chris is like, it needs to be cold or he can't function.
That's true. I'm having a hard time. This is a little hot.
Because you get snow in Chicago as well, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Bad, yeah?
Oh, yes. That's where it makes snow.
That's where you...
Yeah. We have signs under our tall buildings to watch out for falling ice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, we do. And honestly, every year. You think they'd fix that, but no. It just slides further off the building.
Just put more signs up.
That's right.
More warning signs.
Just close down the sidewalks. What are you doing outside anyway? Like...
What is this, California? So, guys, let's have a quick one. Compare this to, because I know you've said on your show that you kind of missed the fact that Chicago was home to GOFest initially for the first 3 years. What are your thoughts? You've done Chicago 3 times, you've done Seattle, you've done New York now. Tell me your thoughts.
Removing the bias of, like, how close it is, because we've been able to travel for this, and that's great.
The play from home bias.
This is great, but I think that Chicago 2019 and Seattle have both been a better experience overall. The park here is really spread out, and it feels like Chicago 2018, which also had that same problem.
Lincoln Park in 18, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Kyle. I think, with Chicago, we kind of ran the gamut of all of it from, like, not so hot to, like, pretty good, right? Like, oh, we figured it out. This is solid. Now we can take this somewhere else, which I think was kind of the idea there, where it's like, okay, if we're going to have live events, we didn't hit it the first time.
Well, 17 really was a miss.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Let's not talk about that year.
Oh, I went to GOFest 2017, and all I got was sun poisoning.
Oh,
exactly.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh.
And a free legendary.
And a free Lugia. Yes, that's true.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure
2023 now.
I think that Lugia has been retired forcibly.
Absolutely. But I think you're right. Grant Park, 17 and 19, because that park is literally just a long rectangle. I think that was probably the best design that they could have gone with. It's certainly laid out better than here. And I would say Seattle as well.
Yeah, I agree completely. 2019 was perfect. It was a great size. You had a great path that goes through everything. It feels really hard to kind of move from biome to biome here in New York. That's the biggest complaint I have.
Ooh, as opposed to Seattle, where it was very fluid, but they were like on top of each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of overlap.
And you're just like, where am I actually? Like, I see the installation here of like the flowers and things. I'm supposed to be in the garden. I'm getting these electric spawns. Like, it was a little bit too cramped almost. But I will say that Seattle's transition to city experience experience is much smoother than here, where travel and access, Kyle, I've been talking about this the entire weekend, I'm sure you have as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pain in the butt to get here, especially if you're trying to come in and out like we are to meet people and stuff in different places, right?
Totally agree. The ferry is one hell of a wait. There's no quick way off the island. Even heading north into the Bronx or the footbridges, it's a long walk to get into the city.
And the time that you take to get from here back to the city, you do actually miss out quite. I mean, I know there's a 2-hour window, 1 till 3 that you can escape, but still you've got like half an hour, and the boats are every half an hour, and then the walk is miles. So yeah, I kind of agree. Seattle was really nice because there wasn't, as we experienced in London, there was like a mile of kind of blank space where they tried to push you out into the city, which is good in a way because London, you're straight out there. Here, water.
And also, they didn't want you in Brixton for too long in London,
which is understandable. Which is very understandable.
Wait, why is that? That's lost on me.
Let's just say it's the equivalent of
being over there. Too far.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We're from Chicago. That direction exists in every direction. So
that's true.
You're probably going there. What's the problem?
You just hop on a train and just
disappear.
Cover your eyes. Like you're good.
Jump on a bus. And
Yes,
you're fine.
exactly.
Absolutely okay.
So, what is your favorite feature of this park, though, this year? Because while it does have its pros and cons, it is definitely different than the other ones. Because there is like extensive biomes, and a lot of them have really good cover.
Yes.
So, like, I kind of want to adjust my question. How does this compare to London, really? And what did you like about this one in comparison to like Seattle?
That is a very good question, actually.
In London, they just had generic tents. I like the fact that here in the US, you've got the team tents. You've got the live games, which we like doing live games as well. Didn't have any of that in London. So this is actually more of what I would say a true GOFest, whereas in London, it is a live event that's generic.
To me, that doesn't really matter too much. I don't know. I would say I preferred London to this in terms of part logistics, just because London was one space. You could do a loop through all the biomes really easy.
It was easy to navigate, yeah.
Whereas this sort of feels like Park of Two Halves with some construction in the middle and sort of weird question mark shape.
Yes.
It's not the easiest to move around. And then, what was it, on the Friday when we were trying to go through the cursed treasures? It's like, okay, welcome to the swamp.
Yes, certainly. Friday, because we had just gotten that rain in the morning, too.
Yeah.
It's since kind of recovered, and even by Sunday, though, there are still some muddy spots.
But it's nowhere near as bad as it was.
Right, but it is almost remarkable that some of them still exist. But the big question is, did y'all have a volcano?
No.
Oh, no!
We had... No, we didn't have the hidden smoking area over there.
It's called the lounge.
Okay, the smoker's lounge. It goes off every half an hour or so. For our, what was it, volcanic island or whatever it was called, we had a nice, just generic rock face, which was great. There were some visual bits of it that were better and some were worse. I think my favourite was the Dark Jungle.
Yes.
Dark Jungle had like proper Indiana Jones style. There was like smoke and a big gem.
There was a gem in that. Actually, there was a gem inside that. Where you walked over the bridge, there was a gem in that. They did put some effort into some of the live things in London. Here, they've recycled a volcano that didn't work in Vegas.
But it's working now.
What, is it? Or are they just like...
It's working. It's billowing. It's trying its best. Let me rephrase.
But let's keep trying. It keeps trying.
We keep thinking every single time it goes off because we forget that it's happening. We're trying like, who is vaping in this park? You know,
someone's got in. Someone's got in the volcano.
Excuse
Where's security?
me?
The one thing I do like is in the cursed treasures, you've got the gem that you can go inside of, and that's a really nice photo op. Very nice photo op. I'd say better than London's.
That we did yesterday.
Oh, yes.
It almost looks so good that it's almost like edited to a degree.
Just naturally amazing.
There you go.
We're just naturally photoshopped.
You take the W wherever it is. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Speaking of live events, who's that walking on up to the recording table? Is that Nick? Trainer Tips himself.
It's me.
Oh my gosh. How's it going? How's it going?
Great. I'm exhausted, but I'm here.
I believe it because I can see you, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Once a year, you know.
Yeah.
How was Japan?
Amazing. It's the best place on Earth, and probably beyond it at this point, I'm sure.
Having never been there, I still believe you.
It's so good. You gotta go.
All the videos, everybody was sweaty, but everybody was smiling.
That's the part that we leave out when we talk about how great it is. But if it weren't for GOFest, I would never go to Japan in August. It's miserable.
I think that's a fair take. I don't think anybody's going to give you pushback on that.
Yeah.
Didn't we say the same thing about New York?
Yeah. That's before we had the other extreme, represented here at the podcasting table, and now we can kind of just keep those comments to ourselves, I think.
So it's just a sea of smiling, sweaty people from Japan and from America. It's great.
That's right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got a little bit sick. on the back of Japan. I hope you're feeling better today.
I am, yeah. I feel like I'm definitely improving. This feels like the tail end, although my last day in Japan also felt like the tail end of it. And then I didn't sleep on like a 16-hour flight. And I think that probably set me back a little bit. We'll see what happens. Fly home tomorrow. Hopefully it stays this way.
Fingers crossed on that.
And of course, you would have flown back via Hawaii, which of course Worlds will be at next year. So looking forward to that?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Just haven't had time to think about it yet?
I mean, I've been sick. Like, the last day of Worlds was when I really got sick. So since then, I've just kind of been, like, in survival mode. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really participate in a whole lot at Worlds. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year.
It's fair play. I guess the announcement just went right over your head. It's like, just put me in bed. Put me in bed, please.
That's basically it, yeah.
So that being said, besides the sickness and the travel and everything else being wonderful like you said over there, though, what was your one highlight? If you had to pick one thing, I know it's kind of hard, even from just your coverage, let alone everybody else, it looked like it was jam-packed with the most incredible Pokemon and people and memories that you could imagine.
For sure. I think the highlight for me actually was the non-Pokemon time. I went with my girlfriend. It was her first time going, and we rented a car and like drove through the countryside, which I've never been able to do. I've been to Japan 7 times, and it's always just been in the cities. But getting to like drive through the mountains, get to see a bunch of places like way out where there's no one else around, go on hikes. That was amazing.
It's definitely a unique experience in terms of the hustle and bustle compared to GOFest and Worlds.
But you did manage to fit some Pokemon in, is what you're saying?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I promise. I played Pokemon.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So speaking of Pokemon, Nick, GOFest 23, New York. What's been your highlight of this event?
Well, let's see. I got the shiny Golett in bed at the hotel.
Ooh.
Nice.
I hatched a shiny Skrelp in bed at the hotel. Honestly, I mean, I've been at the park 3 days now for meet and greet, and has to be the highlight. That's like the only thing I've done at the park. But I have really enjoyed that, getting just to meet a bunch of people, that support the channel, that have been watching for a long time. It's always fun.
It's the common theme. A lot of people always say that the best thing is meeting the people and the meet and greets and everything. And we say the community makes this game.
It totally is about the people. I mean, we've been hanging around, no gameplay, just to say hi to people. It is about the people here. And the shinies come and go. The game makes a social aspect of it.
You may hatch a shiny Skrelp from your bed again with the 12-kilometer egg.
Shinies are great. I also got a Lucario in a different part of the hotel room that I won't name,
They're good shinies as well.
Yeah, I named it Pucario.
I went through the text filter. That's great.
Yeah, it did.
Now you've gone and given it away, though. I mean...
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Well, Nick, we won't keep you any longer, but thank you very much for stopping on by once again for the show. And we have to get you back on for a main show sooner rather than later. What do you say? Verbal contract?
Yes.
When you're feeling 100%.
Witnessed.
Thank you very much, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Right, Whitfield, it's time.
It is time. We haven't done one of these yet over the course of this weekend. It is time for a game, and we are doing Shiny Happy Pokémon with Couple of Gaming versus GOCast.
Shiny Happy Pokémon, Shiny Happy Pokémon.
Yes, this is the first time we've actually done team-based version of this game. No pressure. We're going to do best of 3 to give you all a chance. Okay, so, Whitfield, first up, for COG...
Okay, the first Pokemon, or Shiny... Well, we need to do the rules, actually, for the thing, don't we? We need to say the rules.
Actually, let's introduce the rules.
Let's introduce the rules of this game. So, Shiny Happy Pokemon, if you're not aware, we will name the part of a Pokemon, and you have to tell us what colour the shiny variant of that Pokemon is.
So, for example, if we said the stomach area of Mewtwo, you would tell us...
Hopefully...
Green. Yes.
That doesn't count as a point.
That one.
Yes. But that is the
that
general
one doesn't count,
game.
Okay, let's get into the game.
Okay.
Whitfield, couple of gaming first.
What colour is the back spikes of Sandslash?
Regular or Alolan?
Regular. Kanto. Kanto.
Red.
Correct. That is 1 point.
You got a ding there, yes.
Ding.
Yeah.
Well, I'm inserting in post.
Actually,
go for it anyway.
You caught him out.
Blue.
He is correct.
Is right.
Okay, so it's 1 point. Over to GOCast. Ian, pick a mon from the decks, and feel free to get out of Kanto.
Okay, GOCast. What colour are the outer ear parts of the shiny Snubble?
That's hard.
Shiny dark purple, isn't it? It's because it turns purple and it's dark purple on the edge, right? Dark purple, lock it in.
purple.
I would give it.
We'll give you purple.
Because it is purple.
The dark purple's the middle bit. It is purple.
It's sort of magenta.
Okay, it's magenta. Somebody pop out a color wheel.
Let's put it to the audience.
We're having actual debates here.
That's magenta's more pink, yeah, I guess.
Magenta definitely is purple on the color wheel.
I'm out. I don't have a dog in this fight. Somebody else tell me what the right answer is.
Body's purple.
Body's lavender.
Don't listen
You're
to
still in the game. It's best of
It is
three.
best of three.
GOCast. We'll go back to you for the next round. Okay. You need to get this to stay in the game. Come on, Whitfield. We're not got all day.
I'm just scrolling all the way through the decks. Okay. This sort of works. So, what colour is the beak, and I would say the feet as
And
well?
the feet. I would say the feet. Yep.
Of Shiny Archon, one of the Pokemon featured at this GOFest.
I saw that shiny for the first time like 2 days ago.
It should be fresh in your memory then.
I didn't look at it. The plus got it.
I believe it's orange.
I'm going to go with what you have to say.
I believe it's orange.
I would say
I'd say
that is
orange.
correct.
I'd give you orange on that one. You're
That
still
is
in the
correct answer.
So it's 1-1.
It is 1-1. Over to Ian.
Since it's best of three, if you guys get this right, you win. So, is that too easy?
Yes.
Yes. Damn.
Ian, you know the paycheck's waiting, so give me the easy one that we talked about first.
Okay, so another new shiny for GOFest 23 New York, the Golett shiny. What color is the body of the shiny Golett?
It's like a darkish blue-gray tone.
I would say that is correct with the dark blue.
Yes, you guys win.
They do win. It is couple.
Yeah, I agree.
I concur. It is correct.
Well played.
Well played. And happy anniversary to you both.
And it's definitely not because you're live streaming.
Yes, it's an anniversary gift from the Incensed podcast.
So where's our trophy now?
You do get it. Yeah.
Why not give it to them? Go on. We have a prize. Why not? Yeah.
You have to share this though.
You win an Incensed podcast baseball cap.
Are you jealous?
I'm a little jealous. It's true. But it looks so good on you.
We do have a runners-up prize.
Oh, we have to share this as well.
All right.
Yeah, you have
Crack
to cut
it
it down the
in
middle. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy to have played.
Honestly, thank you so much, Couple of Gaming and GOCast, for jumping on the show, doing the game. First team game.
We are there to defend our champion's belt next time. So
We will get you back
bring
on.
Up the next duo, and then we'll take them
You
on.
still need your vengeance, I believe, for Swirlix.
I got you on that one. I got you the double X.
Triple X coming up. Zatu, Zerkatry, Xerneas.
There you go.
In the memory banks. In the memory banks.
He's got it down.
GG, guys. Well played.
GG's, and thank you so much for joining us. I think that was a juicy game right there, Ian.
That was a absolutely brilliant game, and it's the first time we've actually done teams for one of our gamers, and it worked quite
I
well.
thought it was rather smashing, indeed. Maybe we can get those on the main show itself. But it's now time for our favourite section of the show, of course, and we're going roaming for this one.
Shinies of the week.
So we're in the live Shinies of the Week section, and we've got one of our OG listeners.
Oh, yes, we met back in Seattle.
Bravo.
Before we had the recording equipment.
We actually had it last year. We just didn't take
it
it with us. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
We didn't
live
have the
Shinies of the
mobile
Week.
recorder.
Bravo. Lovely to have you with us. How has it been going with you?
It's been going great, man. I never thought I'd have a GOFest in my backyard in New York City.
Oh, you live in New York?
I'm from New York City. It was just a miracle that I was taking a vacation from Seattle. And then when I got back off my cruise, they just happened to place GOFest on the day that I came back. So that's why I was so lucky to be able to meet you guys. But I am from New York City. Delighted.
Gotcha.
I love the community aspect, just meeting people, and just when you see grandparents walking around with their little grandbabies and catching shinies and stuff. It's beautiful.
I mean, the city has really been good to us. We spent a lot of time in Manhattan. We've not really done Brooklyn or the Bronx
You don't
yet.
need to. Manhattan, it's where it's at. Bryant Park, Central Park, even some of Midtown Manhattan. That's all you honestly really need because it's just always lit up.
That is
24/7.
pretty much what we found. Raid lobby's always full.
Yeah, you don't even need friends. You legit just walk. I kid you not. Just go to Manhattan on a lonely day and just jump in a lobby. It's gonna always be full.
That's great. So this is the Shinies of the Week section. So can you tell us what is your best shiny or best catch of the weekend?
I was looking for the Ponyards, and I got them. But if I had to pick one besides that is I got a shiny Rayquaza with the New York City catch card.
Oh, the catch card shinies are.
So again, that's just like cherry on top.
That's fantastic.
I don't need anything else. I'm happy. I'm just here now to enjoy the sights, meet some people, and just have some fun. I'm good.
So have you done your park experience in the morning, or are you doing it now?
I did it yesterday morning.
Did it yesterday morning?
I got here at 6:50 in the morning because remember when I got to Seattle Sunday there was no merch.
You tried to beat the queue.
That's true. The lines are huge at the moment.
So what I did was I got here at 6:50 in the morning with my poncho, my umbrella, my phone umbrella, all of that stuff, just to make sure I got the merch out the way. And then I just make sure I I knocked out every biome as I came up, and I got everything I needed.
You did a better job probably of following the research than Vassafal did in London.
Let's not go there.
yeah, bro. I don't know. Were you able to complete it now that you're here?
Yeah, they unlocked it like 2 days later, so it opened up on the Tuesday.
Okay,
so I did finish it. In fact, Cricket actually encountered my Diancie for me, and it was awful. It was dirty. It was a 2-star.
Mine's is 14, 14, 14. I'll take it.
Oh, that's good.
Snaps with
93,
93, dude. Nice.
Yeah. I'll take it, yeah. Normally, mine's are bad. So to have a 14, 14, 14 Diancie, I'll take it.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, sir, guys. Keep up the great work. You guys are awesome.
So we're jumping in with a live Shinies of the Week. Just introduce yourselves, please.
My name's RJ. I'm from near Toronto, Canada.
Autumn from Toronto, Canada as well.
Fabulous. Thank you very much for coming up and saying hello. And just tell us what your best catch of the whole weekend is in your view.
Best catch would have to be the Rayquaza with the New York, I don't know what it's called, the tag on it.
The catch card.
The catch card there. Definitely the biggest one. And now our lucky trade has to be up there as well. Nice.
We've got to flex that a little bit. So we did a random Riolu shiny swap, and yeah, yours went 98 shiny lucky. So you definitely came out of that trade with a better version of the Riolu shiny. Congrats, dude.
That is insane.
It. That's
nice
beautiful.
One.
We'll take it.
And Autumn, what was your best catch of the weekend?
It's trash, but shiny Dratini. We've been wanting it for a while.
Pink noodle. Everybody loves the pink noodle.
Right, and same with Whooper. We were wanting that guy as well.
Whooper.
We got him before we came here, though.
Beautiful catches. Thank you very much for the trade, and I'm going to say best of luck for the rest of the weekend for GOFest New York. Thank you for coming up and joining us for the show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for everything and the trade.
Hold your horses, everybody. We've got a live Shinies of the Week
Live
with
Shinies of the Week, Kyle from GOCast.
It's Shiny Evital.
And it looks like a 2014.
It's not good. It's bad. It's real bad.
And if this was a game, we'd ask you what were the streaky colours of the Shiny Veltal?
Oh my gosh. I totally just missed my first ball. Let's not talk about that one.
No, moving on.
Hang on.
The answer is fat, by the way. Fat is the
streaky
question. Yes, yes.
Catch, does it have the catch card? The
go
catch
down,
card?
we're
Yes!
Yes,
Yeah. All right. Catch card. That's a win.
Fantastic.
That is a great Shiny of the Week.
Thank you. Oh, it's terrible. 10 attack. Come on.
Anyway, moving on.
But we're just going to collar a couple of random people and say, give us your name, give us your, not home address, but
where are you from?
What's
your name? Where are you from?
And what's your favourite Shiny of the
Yeah.
weekend? So how do we approach people like this?
Let's just see who looks, sorry to use the phrase, let's see who looks like a victim of ours.
Wow, vulnerable Ian, Jesus.
Should we head up?
Already in front of us.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh,
yes,
hashtag
yeah.
Shinies of the Week.
Hello again.
Hi.
What is your favourite shiny catch? And introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am back. It is me, Yaya, from Couple of Gaming.
And me, Aizu.
My favorite shiny of GOFest New York is gotta be either Lucario. No, you know what? I have to give it to my shiny Eveltal with the New York background.
That's a good. That is
Very nice.
definitely yes, highly rated.
What about you, Izo?
And yours?
It's my shiny level 1 Tyrant.
That's
I got
cute.
traded
yeah,
from a friend.
That's great. And people are struggling to get that shiny, so that is a great one. Let's move out of the way to the NYPD.
Squad
We don't want to be
car.
run down.
Squad
Yep,
car.
Okay.
The little
Look
big
at that.
boy.
42 CP shiny. Well, it's a Tyrantrum now.
Yeah, already
yeah.
evolved it.
That's a great shiny.
It's a cracking blue shiny. I love it.
GG.
Thank you so much. Thank
you.
you, guys.
Excuse me, do you have 2 seconds? We do a podcast. We just want to know what's your names, where are you from, and what are your best catches of the weekend at GOFest?
Ann Vasquez. This is Lucy Vasquez. We're from Metuchen, New Jersey. My best catch? I haven't gotten a lot of shinies today, actually.
What's your favourite then? It doesn't even have to be shiny. If it's something good IV that you've got from a quest or egg.
I had a near perfect Rayquaza.
Nice.
Just so close. So
Shiny
close.
or
Yeah.
regular?
Regular.
Oh.
I had the shiny ready, thankfully.
It's still a great mon. Still a great mon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mega Evolving the shiny.
Yeah. And what's your favourite one so far?
I think I know what my favorite is. It's not the best one. Any Squirtle that anybody catches. I love Squirtle so much.
You love Squirtle. That's
Squirtle.
great. That's
It's
great.
a fan favourite. We can see from your dress and the patch and everything. That is fantastic.
And did you get loads of Squirtle on the community day recently?
Yes.
We won't keep you any longer. We know the park experience is valuable, so thank you very much for jumping onto our podcast.
Thank you for your time.
We appreciate your time.
Excuse me, guys. Do you have 2 seconds? We're recording a podcast. We want to know, what are your names?
I'm Justin. My name's Harlow.
Where are you from?
From right here in New York.
Fantastic. What's your best catch of the weekend?
Well, he's going to give me a shiny Tyrant. He got 2 of them. So.
I got 2 today, so that's my best
Nice.
catch tonight.
And your best catch?
A Hitmonchamp.
Nice.
Hitmonchamp was one you needed?
Yeah.
I needed that one. That one.
The
Been
lead
looking at it for
evaded
years,
me
you know?
so much, yeah.
Ian's been in exactly the same boat. Well, gentlemen, we won't waste any more of your park experience time. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Enjoy the event.
Thank you.
And there is a card for the podcast, so you can find us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so much.
we
Oh,
appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank
Best
you.
of luck. So you have 2 minutes of your time to give us. We do a Pokemon Go podcast, and we just want to ask you what's your name, where you're from, and what your best catch of the weekend is.
My name's Jordan. I live here now, and
Local,
I
yeah?
have like a 98 IV Shiny Unknown.
Whoa, really?
Nice.
Where-
Which letter was it?
It's I think it's 98.
Amazing.
I think it's
96.
96, actually,
96.
yeah.
So was that from an outbreak or from Incensed?
That was from Incensed.
Oh, well, Incensed podcast. Is what
Great
we are.
catch.
What a smashing catch. Thank you very much for jumping on the show. There is a card for our podcast, and best of luck for the rest of the
Thank
park
you.
experience. Thank you.
Excuse me, ladies, do you have 2 minutes? We do a podcast for Pokemon Go. We just want to know, what are your names, where are you from, and what is your best catch of the Go Fest?
My name is Mickey. We're from New York City, and my phone kind of died, so I haven't called.
Oh no! Is that signal? Is it overheating?
It's overheating.
Oh.
Got a shiny Evital.
Wow!
She got a shiny Evital.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Do you want to show us that?
They're doing too well on this Go Fest.
Oh, well, look at that. That is a great shiny. 2134.
Shiny with the. Has it got the backdrop
No.
on it? No backdrop, but it's a shiny Yveltal.
And that's your
That's
favourite?
fantastic.
Yes.
Yes. Great.
I won't keep up any more of your time with the park experience. We know it's got to be, unless the phone starts to overheat anymore. We're going to wish you the very best of luck.
Yeah, try find some shade.
There is a card for our podcast if you wish to listen to us. Thank you very much, and best of luck to you all. And we've now done pretty much an entire loop all the way back round to
the prehistoric volcano, our
Yes.
recording area at the Ambassador tent for the weekend. And that's going to do this week's section 4, Shinies of the Week.
Thank you, everybody who jumped on and who was mildly wrangled by us. Thank you.
Yeah, we do apologise. We don't like just
jumping on.
accoisting people.
We're British. We're bad at this.
Yes, yes. We did say excuse me.
Yes. And that is just about going to wrap up the New York show live from Randall's Island. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. And thank you to everybody who jumped on, including Chris and Carl from GOCast. They're back here.
Yes, thank you very much for having us. Appreciate it. It's been fun.
Always fun doing a join-up show with you guys, so we're going to get you back on. We've said that already. We're going to make it happen.
Likewise, and please, we'll reciprocate.
We will make this work.
That's where the magic happens.
We did say we weren't going to wait, 18 months to make it work?
Yeah.
We did say that. Yes, we did say that.
But we do have to wrap up this show and to say, of course, if you enjoyed listening, don't hesitate to hit the plus, follow, or subscribe button on whatever podcast platform you are listening to us on. And if you could whack a 5-star review, that would be smashing indeed.
Also, go check out GOCast. Chris, do you want to give the details?
Oh, absolutely. Pretty much GOCast podcast everywhere. We really only have that name on socials.
Consistent.
Everywhere. Like, we don't really
what we
deviate
like.
at all.
Yeah.
So every podcast platform, wherever you listen to the Incensed guys, you'll find us as well.
Thank you very much, Chris. So that is going to do it for this episode. And equally, if you want to follow us on socials, at Incensed Podcast. We like to keep it simple too. And we do want to say thank you to anyone that listens. But also, if you support us through Patreon, that means it's a world to us. So if you're on the bronze and silver tiers, thank you so much. And this list is correct at the time of recording. If you're on the gold tier, we really do need to thank these people that make the show sound as good and crisp as what you're listening to. So, HermesNinja,
JB,
CliffordMert,
DerbyRuss,
Kerry and Zachary,
Connor Lee,
ML Falk 2022,
Apex 171,
K Technogal,
Mufti,
Barside 2,
JLH 1919,
and Highbone.
Thank you very much for all of your top tier support. Everybody who's on the Patreon, but particularly the gold members. We wouldn't be able to edit, well, I'd say the studio shows to the high quality they can be. This one may be a little bit different, but it's a live recording and we deal with wind conditions and 2-channel, etc. So we do really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to keep doing this podcast without all of you on it.
But we'll wrap it up here. We don't know what the Spotlight Hour is going to be next week because we don't know when this is going to drop.
We have no idea. It could be September, it could be October. All we can say is keep catching trainers. Not ripping that from other podcasts at all.
And goodbye from New York City.
Yes, and do take care. Oh, you might have thought that the music would signify the end of this show, but I'm afraid we have actually, we've just come off the back of a lovely dinner with the wonderful and one and only JT Valor. Valor. How are you doing, sir?
I'm sorry, who are you?
We are the Incensed podcast.
Oh, yeah, you guys are the guys who are in New Jersey, right?
That's
a couple of us.
The Chicago?
Yes, there we go, yeah. How's it going, guys? Good to see you.
It's good to have you on. I know we've missed you over the vast majority of this weekend, but how has New York been for you?
It's been great. I've been through everything, got every shiny I wanted, didn't get stabbed once. It was pretty good.
That's all around amazing, then.
Yeah. Good time. Very good time.
Amazing.
I'll take that for you. There we go.
Oh, holding the microphone.
Ooh.
You can hold my microphone anytime, JT.
Hey, it's really good. Pretty hefty.
This is why it's the end of the show. But you've, of course, come off the back of a massive trek through APAC and everything. Talk to us about that.
I mean, it's been fantastic. I love Japan. It's a fantastic country. I'll also say when it comes down to Korea, also a great country as well. Jeju was really nice. Really fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to see a lot of really fun things. Go to really crazy places that I didn't expect to see, even though I kind of planned for it. But, whatever. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway,
I really loved it. Like, honestly, if I could make Japan like a home away from home, I totally would.
Talk to us about the ramen.
Yeah, let me tell you about that ramen. It was fantastic. I think I tried probably 10 different ramen places and still somehow lost weight. So, shout out to the healthy food, quote unquote healthy. It is ramen, but compared to American standards, their food is so better.
And then you arrived back in New York.
Yeah, and now I'm back here shoving pizza and burgers and fried stuff down my throat. It's great.
One thing I will say is you must have absolutely adored the costume for Worlds this year on the Pikachu.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I think it would have been better if he had an actual bowl of ramen, but that's fine. Must have been a little hard to put that one in. He could have had Scald too. They could have given him a Pikachu with an exclusive move, Scald. It would have been great because he just throws the
jokes.
Yeah, he would throw the boiling water on somebody. I would have loved that.
Throws the ramen bowl at the next Pokemon.
It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. But that's fine. It's a shirt. I mean, I don't know. I think it looks nice. I think it's great. But the Beefeater one, that one looks like effort was put into it. The other one's just hey, we have the shirt skin. Let's just throw the texture on top.
We've got a certain affection for the Beefeater one, though, being English.
Yeah,
exactly. What's that like?
It's my Saturday night outfit.
I'm sorry. Before we let you go, because we know you need to go and edit, and it's only 10 p.m., but we know you've got a lot of work ahead of you tonight. You got every shiny you wanted, so you're pretty much there with all of the shinies in the game bar. I think you said one the other day. When
I don't have Mime Juniors, too.
Okay.
And I hate it, man, because I learned your guys' 5-kilometer eggs now are just as rare as Larvesta. What's up with that? Why did you choose that?
I have no idea why Niantic stitched us up like that. Seriously, Mime Junior used to hatch every other 5-kilometer egg, and now it's like gold dust. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It really is. So, taking the whole weekend into account, what was your total number of shinies?
I got 103.
Okay, so comparable to you.
So it's about the same.
I definitely have to say, I got stopped quite a bit, which is fine. I love meeting people, so but it was definitely something that, kind of got in the way of getting shinies. But at the same time, it really didn't matter because I got what I wanted, leading a lot of these anyways, so I didn't really
That's very true. If they're duplicates and things like that. Okay, out of that, 104, 105, what was your favorite catch, I guess?
Honestly, the Pikachu. Just because I missed it in Osaka. That's the one I wanted the most, because that's not coming back, as far as we know, ever again, because with Worldwide, we're going to have to get 4 of them in 2-hour increments, so that's great. But I'm glad I got those.
I'd say we'll get the Pikachu next year for the Global.
I think we were going to see the Aerodactyl next year for Worldwide.
Hang on. If we're talking about backtracking costumes, where is Top Hat Zigzagoon Galarian form? Come on.
Top Hat?
Was it Top Hat?
Oh, yeah, the Meloetta hat. The Meloetta hat one,
yeah.
Yeah, well, whenever Shiny Meloetta comes out and they do some music event and they can bring them back and be like, hey, remember these?
Can't lie, I might be grey by the time that happens as well. So I'll be joining the club.
That'll be 3 out of 3 instead of 2 out of 3, right?
Exactly. So out of all of your shinies, any Shundos this weekend?
No.
And on that bombshell...
We really must end the show. JT, thank you so much for jumping on with us. I know we missed him the last time we did a live recording.
I know. They even told me about it on the bus, too, but that didn't happen.
In Vegas.
So I was thinking about the time when we missed him because he was in Hawaii.
I mean, obviously, London and Osaka are quite far apart, so we couldn't chuck the microphone cable to him.
Right.
But I'm sorry we missed you in Vegas. Thank you for jumping on to round out this show, dude.
It was great. Have a great night, everybody.
You too, man.
Enjoy the open top bus.
I choose you!